The foundation of our beliefs about life is often laid by the age of 5, with minor additions during our teenage years and possibly a smidgen more as we grow older. But these alterations are minimal. If we were to delve into the reasons behind why we hold particular beliefs on any topic, many of us would find that these convictions were formed in our early years. Consequently, we frequently operate within the constraints of our 5-year-old selves, inheriting not only our parents' beliefs but also their limitations. Even the most exceptional parents had their own boundaries and didn't possess all-encompassing knowledge. We tend to echo their words and actions, internalizing phrases like, "You can't do that," or "that won't work." Yet limitations aren't imperative, despite their perceived significance. While some of our beliefs serve us well throughout our lives, like the importance of safety when crossing the street or the benefits of consuming fresh fruits and vegetables, others become outdated as we mature. For instance, the cautionary advice of "don't trust strangers" may safeguard a child, but perpetuating this belief in adulthood fosters isolation and loneliness instead of security. The encouraging aspect of this realization is that we possess the ability to continuously adjust our beliefs. When we utter phrases like "I can't," "it won't work," "there's not enough money," or "what would the neighbors think," we impose limitations on ourselves. Particularly, the concern about what others may think poses a significant barrier. We often use this concern as an excuse, avoiding action because of imagined disapproval from neighbors, friends, or co-workers. However, this concern is based on shifting societal norms, rendering it nonsensical to cling to. When faced with the assertion that something has never been done a certain way before, we can counter with the realization that there are countless approaches to any task, and we should choose the one that aligns with our own values and preferences. We also subject ourselves to other irrational beliefs, such as "I'm not strong enough," "I'm not young enough," "I'm not old enough," "I'm not tall enough," or simply, "I'm not enough." How frequently have you resorted to the latter? Statements like, "Because I'm a woman, I can't do this," or "Because I'm a man, I can't do that," are similarly flawed. Our souls transcend gender. Our sexuality is merely a chosen aspect of our spiritual journey. Feeling inferior due to sexuality serves only as a feeble excuse and a means of surrendering personal power. These self-imposed limitations often hinder us from fully exploring and embracing the myriad possibilities available to us. The notion of lacking the appropriate education further reinforces these limitations. How many of us have allowed that single notion to hinder our progress? We must recognize that education often operates within the confines set by certain groups, who assert that certain achievements are only possible through their prescribed methods. We can either acknowledge this as a constraint or transcend it. I, too, succumbed to this belief for many years due to being a high school dropout. I used to lament, claiming I lacked education, thereby believing I couldn't think, excel professionally, or achieve anything significant. Then, one day, I realized that this limitation was purely a construct of my mind, detached from reality. When I shed my self-imposed restrictions and embraced the vast spectrum of possibilities, I unearthed my capacity for critical thinking. I discovered my inherent intelligence and communication skills. I stumbled upon myriad opportunities that, when viewed through the lens of my previous limitation, seemed unattainable, thus underscoring the potential within us that such constraints can curtail. Conversely, some of you may presume to possess all-encompassing knowledge. However, the pitfall of such a mindset is that it stifles growth and precludes the influx of new ideas. Do you acknowledge the existence of a power and intelligence greater than yourself? Or do you perceive yourself as the epitome of wisdom, confined solely to your physical form? If you subscribe to the latter belief, you'll likely live in constant trepidation due to the constraints of your limited perspective. When you recognize the immense and profound power that exists within the universe, of which you are an integral part, you open yourself to a realm where endless possibilities can flourish. How frequently do you confine yourself within the boundaries of your current state of awareness? Each time you utter "I can't," you effectively erect a barrier in your path. By doing so, you obstruct access to your inner wisdom and impede the flow of spiritual energy that guides you. Are you prepared to transcend your existing beliefs? This morning, you awoke with certain notions and perspectives, yet you possess the capacity to surpass them, thereby delving into a realm of greater understanding. This process is known as learning. As you absorb new information, you may find it aligns with your existing knowledge or perhaps surpasses it altogether. Consider the analogy of rearranging a closet. As you sift through your belongings, discarding items you no longer require, you create space for new additions. By organizing the remaining items in a fresh manner, you not only enhance accessibility, but also accommodate new acquisitions. Compare this to simply squeezing a new purchase into an overcrowded closet. Whereas with a clean and reorganized space, the new addition seamlessly finds its place. We must adopt a similar regimen for our minds. It's crucial to clear out obsolete contents to make space for new possibilities. In the realm where God reigns, all things become achievable, and the divine essence resides within each of us. Persisting with entrenched notions only serves to obstruct our progress. When faced with illness, do we merely sympathize with the suffering, or do we perceive the inherent truth of wellness and affirm the presence of God's vitality within? Can we recognize the myriad possibilities and acknowledge the potential for miracles? I once encountered a man who adamantly believed that personal transformation was utterly impossible. He dwelled in the desert, beset by various ailments and suits to sell his property. Yet his unwillingness to shift his mindset left him riot and unyielding. Consequently, when it came time to negotiate with a buyer, I insisted on his terms all alone. His deeply ingrained belief in the impossibility of change rendered the process of selling his property exceedingly arduous. Simply opening his consciousness to new perspectives could have expanded his opportunities. What prevents us from embracing this realm of boundless potential? What other constraints bind us? Fear serves as a significant limitation. When gripped by fear and uttering phrases like "I can't" or "it won't work," we only further restrict ourselves. What lies ahead? Past fearful experiences may resurface. Judgments serve as constraints. None of us relish being judged. Yet how frequently do we engage in it? Our judgments foster limitations. Each instance of criticism, no matter how minor, reinforces the principle of reciprocity. It's essential to recognize that what we project outward inevitably returns. It's time to relinquish these constraints and cultivate a mindset of boundless possibilities. Distinguishing between offering an opinion and being judgmental is crucial. Often, when asked for our opinion, we inadvertently offer judgments. An opinion reflects personal preference or sentiment, such as, "I prefer red over blue." Conversely, labeling someone as wrong for choosing blue constitutes a judgment. We must discern between the two. Criticism invariably entails making oneself or others wrong. When solicited for an opinion, ensure it doesn't transform into criticism or judgment against something else. Additionally, dwelling in guilt only imposes restrictions. Acknowledge any harm caused, offer sincere apologies, and strive not to repeat the offense. Refrain from carrying guilt, as it obstructs the realization of your true potential and bears no relevance to your authentic self. By refusing to forgive, personal growth is stunted. Forgiveness facilitates spiritual healing, fostering understanding over resentment and compassion over hatred. View challenges as opportunities for personal development. When faced with challenges, do you find yourself trapped in the confines of your own limited perspective? Do you lament, thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" It's not always necessary to have all the answers about how situations will unfold. What's crucial is placing trust in the inner power and wisdom that surpasses your individual self. Affirm that everything is ultimately in harmony and unfolding for your greater good. By embracing the potential within adversity, you open yourself to transformative possibilities. Changes can manifest in remarkable ways, often beyond our initial comprehension. Reflect on past experiences where you felt stuck, unsure of how to proceed. Despite encountering seemingly insurmountable obstacles, you eventually navigated through them. While the process may have been mysterious, the outcome was undeniable. By attuning ourselves to the universal energy and intelligence inherent in all existence, we accelerate the realization of extraordinary opportunities. As collective beings, it's imperative to transcend our limited beliefs and embrace a broader cosmic perspective. The expansion of consciousness is rapidly accelerating, fostering profound shifts in our understanding of reality. Just recently, I came across a graph illustrating this trend, and it left me utterly fascinated. The evolution of various systems throughout our history is evident, showcasing their transformations over time. Initially, agricultural development thrived, but it was eventually overshadowed by the rapid growth of industrialization. Around 1950, we witnessed the emergence of the informational era, marked by the widespread adoption of communication and computer technologies. Simultaneously, there's a notable surge in consciousness-raising movements, outpacing the informational phase with unprecedented advancements. Consider the implications of this phenomenon. Personally, as someone who frequently travels, I've observed a consistent trend. People everywhere are actively engaged in studying and learning. From Australia to Jerusalem, Egypt to London, Paris to Amsterdam, I encounter large groups of individuals dedicated to expanding their knowledge and enlightenment. They're deeply intrigued by the workings of their minds, leveraging their wisdom to seize control over their lives and experiences.
I extend my gratitude to Louise Hay for providing valuable insights through her video. It has deepened my understanding of beliefs, boundaries, and personal development. The video prompts viewers to reflect on their beliefs and advocates for an open-minded, curious, and lifelong learning approach. Here are some key points from the video that I believe are worth highlighting. Louise Hay offers a thought-provoking exploration of how our beliefs and limitations are often shaped during childhood and continue to impact us throughout our lives. She suggests that many of these beliefs, while initially serving a purpose, can become outdated and constraining as we mature. Hay encourages readers to examine and transcend these self-imposed limitations in order to embrace a mindset of infinite possibilities. The strength of the video lies in its emphasis on continuous growth and the need to challenge limiting beliefs, particularly those related to gender, education, and societal norms. By doing so, Hay believes individuals can unlock their true potential and access a multitude of opportunities. Additionally, the video highlights fear and judgment as significant barriers to personal growth. It advocates for cultivating forgiveness, understanding, and compassion as means to overcome these limitations. Hay also stresses the transformative power of embracing challenges and trusting in the wisdom and harmony of the universe. In conclusion, the video discusses the evolving consciousness of humanity and the increasing global interest in knowledge and enlightenment. Hay encourages viewers to contemplate the broader evolution of humanity and the potential for profound shifts in our understanding of reality.